Hi Gemini, welcome to Hoodie Priestess. It's Jodine, and we're going to do your Celestial Navigation spread. We're going to look at a Enchanted Forhaxa card for you, still breaking in this deck. We're going to pull a Urban Crow Oracle for you at the end, and I hope you're having a good week. I hope the weather's good and everything's good where you are. And amongst other things that might not be so good, it is kind of a topsy-turvy time in the world. But let's see what the Forhaxa is going to bring up for you now. Enchanted Forhaxa, we are looking for a card for Gemini. And this reading is for August 10th. Through August 16th, so the week ahead. What do we have for Gemini geared to the week ahead? I'm going to shuffle one more time. These cards are new and they're big and they're slippery. Okay, for Gemini. The Nine of Air. I have been getting a lot of swords this whole week now as I do readings for everybody. So here it is again. The Nine of Air correlates to the Nine of Swords in the, the Rider-Waite-Smith decks. Actually, this deck is a Rider-Waite. It's based on Rider-Waite-Smith too. Okay, let's go ahead and read what it says. Looks like she's sleeping. It looks to me like she's sleeping, but underneath her is a group of queen carpenter ants. That's what they look like to me. And boy, I can relate to that as a homeowner, laying awake at night, worried about the state of my house. The Nine of Air. It took me a long time to find this page. You'll probably see that I edited out some blank time there while I was paging through the book. It started with one hornet. Okay, these are hornets, not carpenter ants. Boy, they look like carpenter ants to me, queen carpenter ants. It appeared one night while the fairy slept. It buzzed around, threatening to sting the poor creature, keeping the fairy on edge and awake throughout the night. The following night there were two, the next night three, and so on. They went over in their head all the things they could have done, all the wrong decisions made that brought this swarm to torment them so ruthlessly. At night when it's time to sleep, the anticipation of the arrival of the hornets keeps them on guard and unable to rest their eyes. The stronger the fear and anxiety they feel, the faster they arrive. The worrying itself makes the fear and anxiety worse. What the exhausted fairy doesn't realize is that each hornet just wants to be acknowledged, to rid themselves of the pests. All they need to do is address each one by its name. The Nine of Air brings a tornado of fear and anxiety. It is the energy that will keep you awake at night, focused on all the things going wrong. At the same time, a cloudy night brain doesn't provide any clear solutions for dealing with the problem that is keeping you up. You may find yourself up in the middle of the night asking yourself if you did everything right. But did you take care of pressing issues? Come daytime, however, all the worry and stress becomes just the memory of a rotten night's sleep with no actions taken to resolve the issue. Then comes the next night, and sure enough, the same worries surface. With unresolved problems comes a new set of concerns, as guilt and blame jump in, making that tornado or negative thoughts more potent. When the Nine of Air appears, you may want to consider if you are creating undue anxiety by not addressing the source of your unhappiness. Perhaps you are giving a situation more power than it deserves by overthinking a problem, resulting in unnecessary stress. Are you fretting so much over something to the point that you attract the issue you wish to avoid? Oh gosh, Gemini, this sounds like me. And that's my calling card too. Are you doing that? Are you laying awake at night worrying about things? It sounds like the directive on this card is to take action on them then, instead of just letting you worry them or name them. You know, when I'm laying there at night, I could say, oh, now she's worried about her house. Now she's worried about the foundation. Now she's worried about the tree. Okay, let's get into the celestial navigation spread for Gemini now for the week of the 10th through the 16th of August. And we'll see if anything more comes up that would, you know, is that going to resonate through the whole reading? Or is it just for somebody but not for everybody? Is it for everybody? These are the kinds of things that the tarot reader would love to hear about in the comments. Hint, hint. So, until then, without further ado, for Gemini, what do we have now? Show us where Gemini is right now. Thank you very much. Page of Cups. What a little sweetie. Oh, so nice. Oh, the page is usually a messenger. Let's see if there's any message. Is there any message from the Page of Cups, please? What am I doing? Is there any message from the Page of Cups? The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles brought to you by the Page of Cups. Very wonderful. All right. I love it. It's looking great. All right, now, what is helpful to Gemini in this week ahead? Slippery cards here, slippery old Phantomwise. What is helpful or what is a helper to Gemini in the week ahead? Thank you. The Four of Pentacles. Alrighty. All right. Now, what is it that is fading from Gemini's focus? Fading from their direct attention or just fading from their view in this week ahead? The Page of Wands. Wow, you've got a lot of pages. I wonder if there's some prominent young folk in your life. All right, now, pages are messengers. What is the message of the Page of Wands, please? Ooh, the asshole, the Five of Swords. So let it fade, let it fade. What is that exuberant little young person bring a message about that cranky old thing? Well, if that's what's fading out for Gemini, then what is in your front and center focus in the upcoming week? What is Gemini focused on for the upcoming week? Thank you. The Sun. Ooh. You got any Leo in your life? You got a little Leo in your life, Gemini? Maybe, maybe not. Then what is coming up around the horizon that Gemini hasn't even thought about yet? What's coming up in the near future? Thank you. Six of Pentacles. This is a frequent flyer for all the signs this week. Card of giving and receiving. All right, and now, what is the destination or the goal for Gemini in this next week? Where would they like to be headed at, or where are they headed? Thank you. Yowza, we got the Five of Pentacles. This has been around a little bit too. Alrighty, and then we're going to look at the bottom of the deck. And it's, yes ma'am, the Queen of Swords. Alright. Well, do you have a couple of young people prominent in your life, Gemini? Maybe a water sign or a fire sign. So we could be looking at, oh, for water, it would be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. If it was a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Do you have any young people in your life like that who you're interacting with? If not, we're dealing with a couple of messengers here. Now, the Page of Cups is just a heartfelt little, they're bringing you an invitation, or they're coming to say they like you. Or, you know, it's something sweet. They're not delivering an angry message. And then, what is the message? Queen of Pentacles. Well, the Queen of Pentacles would remind you to know your worth, okay, and to regard your own value, and to take care of yourself. And she would be the one who would nurture other people. Maybe you're nurturing a little young person here. You know, when your friend comes to your house with a heavy heart, you bring them in and, you know, bake bread and have cookies and take care of them and soothe their owies. What will be helpful for you is to, maybe this can be a card of hang on to your money. I wonder if it's not, because up here we got this card that could very possibly not have enough money. It could be other things too. But with Four Pentacles, look at him here. He's got his feet on money. He's got money in his hands, money in his lap, money tucked under his arm. He's got money on his head. He's got money stashed everywhere, and he's keeping a thumb down on it, okay? He's not spending. He's all about saving. Also, this can just be one that's being stubborn about something. So I don't know if you have cause to be stubborn, or if it would be helpful if you would be stubborn. Maybe it would be helpful if you would be stable and reliable. That's another one thing, or another couple of things that is noted for that card. It's Earth. Okay? It's steady. It's solid. It's can be, like I said, save your money. And what's fading out of your life is, I don't know if this is actual person who you've been fighting with, who has maybe been a little narcissistic or had to insist on having their own way all the time. This could be a person who has to win at every fight, even if they lose your precious friendship. They just are, they have that kind of mind that has to win. There might be a person who plays mind games, because this is swords. After all, swords is the realm of the mind now. And along with that comes this very exuberant little fire page. That could be a young person too. Is there a young person connected to some? Do you have all? I'm seeing a little story here, and I don't know if this is for everybody or if it's for somebody, but is somebody having a relationship with, or living with, or dating a person who has a child? And are you sparring with that partner right now? Are they being kind of an ass? I suppose it could also be the case, Gemini, where it's you who are the ass, and maybe you have a child along with you. I don't know. I'd be interested to see how that resonates. But whatever it is, it's fading out. It probably was the focus at one time, but now that's kind of going on the down low, on the back burner. It's not front and center anymore. What is front and center is this drive to be happy, to do the best, to have the best life, to have everything. You know what the sun is. The sun is the life-giving force of the whole planet. It makes everything grow, and it's just a productive, dynamism. You know, it's like our best life. It's like our most healthy, most productive, bright, happy life. It's all things bright and happy. But what's coming up around the bend, dear, is that you're going to have to think about giving and receiving. Are you getting what you're worth? I don't know if this is on the job or in a relationship, but we started out with Queen of Pentacles here, and one of the things she does know is what we are worth. She knows what she's worth, and she safeguards that. She's not going to let it be taken advantage of. Are you in a situation like that, where somebody's giving you less than you think you're worth? Or it can also be the case too, Gemini, where you might be the one who has to dole out the resources or the recognition or the attention, and you're going to have to decide where you dole it out, who you dole it out to. So which character are you in this card? Are you the little dogs, one of the little dogs who's waiting to get something, or are you the woman in the window and it's her job to give something out and to make decisions? That is what's coming up around the corner according to this spread. Now, just looking at it, I would say if you are having any Nine of Swords issues where you've got things on your mind that are keeping you awake at night and you just lay there kicking and turning and not able to sleep, I would think that just the way the spread looks, you're worried about issues of money. Is there going to be enough money coming around? You know, what are we going to do? Maybe this winter. Okay, it could be even, maybe not. You know, the sun is shining now. Okay, but what are we going to do a couple months from now when it gets cold? And we've got all these concerns. We've got different concerns in the winter. Those of us who are winter people. How are we going to heat the house? The car's got to be ready to go. We've got to have appropriate clothes. We've got to have appropriate tools to remove snow so that we can get out and work every day. It's a whole consideration. And then we've got this one down here too. Okay. Hanging on to its money, which is telling me that for some of you, there's probably a concern about how we're going to pay everybody. That's one interpretation of this card. There are many others that may be pertinent to you, depending on who you are and what your situation is. So we may be up at night worried about how we're going to pay bills. What's over here on the side is the Queen of Swords, and right underneath her, the Eight of Swords. This is sword heavy reading. Oh my word. And underneath that, the Four of Swords, just trying to get a little damn sleep. And you know what happens in the Eight of Swords is the thought prison. Have we talked about this? I know I talk about it all the time, but have I talked to you about it, Gemini? Because the Eight of Swords is where we just get obsessively, we can't stop thinking. It's very much the kind of situation where we can't go to sleep at night. And, but the good news is, here's the Queen of Swords, the yes ma'am, that I've had enough of this. Okay? The good news about the Queen of Swords is that she is not fucking around. She knows when enough is enough, and I'm telling you, that knife is coming down on it. If you are getting robbed of sleep, she's not going to put up with it for one damn minute. And you know what, Gemini? She's your signature queen. She is the queen of air, and you are an air sign. So Gemini, I'm thinking this is you. You're going to take the bull by the horns. You may get some counsel if it is a bad financial situation or some other situation that's keeping you awake at night. You could get counsel. I don't know if it's financial counsel. I don't know if it's emotional counsel or spiritual. I don't know. But you might be getting some advice from somebody who's in a good position to give it. Okay, the King of Cups can be like that. King of Cups can ride on the tsunami. He sits on a slab of cement in the middle of the ocean where a tsunami is raging, and he's got his recliner on that cement, and he doesn't sink. He can take all that rough emotion. And then what's underneath him is the Magician. So you're going to be creating a plan. I can see this happening, Gemini. You are going to be creating a plan in which you can make everything work. I can see you doing this. And why are you going to do it? Because she said so. That's why. And then you're going to take action. And it's not going to take you long. You're going to act fast. This is your signature knight. Gemini, this is the Knight of Swords. He's the fastest knight. He's not fucking around either, I'll tell you that. All right, let's see what the Crow Oracle has for you. Gemini needs a good oracle for the week ahead, August 10th through the 16th. Something good for Gemini, please, because they have a lot on their mind by all accounts. Risk. Number 41, 4 and 1 equals 5, and 5 is the number of disruption and change. We're all going through disruption and change right now. So many of the readings have had that theme in it. Not expressed all in the same cards, but definitely the same theme. Everything that we counted upon at one time is being ripped out from underneath us unceremoniously. And now we don't know where we're going next. And it's causing a little bit of maybe sleepless nights. The clams on the rock. Here. The clams on the rock presented an interesting opportunity for the daring crow. Despite the raging waves that threatened to pull the crow into the water, the bird held its position long enough to grab a piece of clam meat. You may need to assess if the reward is worth the risk, and if it is, now may be the time to take a chance on something you desire. Risk brings to your awareness an opportunity that others might forego out of fear. As a result, you may discover there is less competition, opening the door for you to succeed more easily. I think you're up to something with this Magician on the table and this heavy presence of powerful swords. I mean, the Queen of Swords, the sleeping on it and thinking about the thinking swords. Okay? The Magician comes up here. The Knight of Swords comes up. There's a lot of strategy action going on for you, Gemini. A lot going on in the mind. It's not a wonder you're having trouble sleeping at night, if indeed you are. If this isn't for you, then it's not for you. Then you're going to have to visit a different tarot reader, or check out my check out your moon sign, your rising sign in my readings. Maybe you're going to show up there. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. And if you're seeing this channel for the first time and you like it, please subscribe. It tells YouTube that I should be shown to other people. And have a good week. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care, Gemini. Bye-bye.